Throne and flipping episode 2, man.
What
What's
is
going on?
this? What is
What?
this? Episode 2. What?
What is this?
What
Honestly,
is
though,
this?
what
What? What
what
the?
is
What
it?
the hell are you showing me here, Herc? Come on.
Well, okay, so I have a new rabbit hole for us to explore, and I'll just give you a bit of a brief synopsis of my ideas. But before I do that, I just want to just have a bit of a wrap up of the week's news. Just as we were speaking about off air, obviously we've got a lot of stuff going on with the comet coming in, the Atlas UFO thing, and I'd really like to know people's opinions in the comments because I've seen so many what look like completely bizarrely fake imagery,
Oh,
but also the one we were talking.
the amount
Yeah,
of AI
like
slap on you, the amount of channels I've clicked do not recommend this channel because the last one I saw, it was like yesterday. It was like Free Eye Atlas exploded behind the sun. I was like, "Oh, go
see.
away, go fuck off."
Or the internet's going to go down in 12 days because it's exploded into the sun and caused a flare and it's going to kill us all. And
Oh
then that
god.
picture of it looking like a big blue whale with lights coming out of it. What is
I
real? What
don't
is this?
understand that. Like, why? What is going through these people's head to lie about this shit, to
No,
make this shit up?
I know.
It's
People
like,
are just so weird and they just go down all these rabbit
did you
holes.
hear
But anyway,
about?
back
Did
to
you?
reality.
No, no,
Here's
no,
our
no, no,
show.
no, no, right, right, right. Did you hear about the thing that crashed outside Area 51 like a couple of days ago?
No, I didn't. What
A,
was this one?
a craft has crashed outside of
Right.
Area 51, unknown. Now, there's something weird about it. Apparently, someone tried to plant something there to make it look like a cover up.
Oh,
And I'm like,
what?
why? What goes through these people's head to be like, I'm going to go fuck with everyone. I'm going to make them
Yeah.
think that this craft that's crashed, that could literally have been anything. It could have literally been from Area 51. It could have been from the army. It could have been from anything. But we're going to go put
Hmm.
something there to make everyone think, oh, they're covering up alien crafts. Why?
Yeah,
It's
why would you do
pricks
that?
like this that ruin everything. This is why people are like, fuck it all off. Fuck it all off. We don't want to talk about it no more because there's too many bullshitters out there.
Yeah, it's too weird. The present situation with AI and fakery is insane. However, fakery has always gone on, even in the distant ancient past.
Oh yeah, come on then. Drop some knowledge bombs.
Well, so I've been looking into this idea of ancient empires and ancient history. So you've seen this. I know I've sent you this offline, but I have a globe, like it's like a drinks cabinet
Yeah,
style
yeah.
globe.
That's so cool.
And I was looking at it, and I'm looking at the map. I'm thinking, yeah, it's cool. Look at all the old countries that are represented on here. And then there's one great big region that it spans from like Eastern Europe all the way across Russia, China, Southeast Asia, and it's just called
Do you know what you should have done? Took a picture
yeah.
and let me put it up.
Oh, I should have done that. Well, maybe you could edit that in afterwards.
Maybe I can.
Actually, you can do that. You can do that. And it's just called Tartaria. And I'm like, well, what's that about?
Is this where
So I
tartar
looked it
sauce
up.
came from?
Yeah, I'm like, what's this name? What does it mean? So I looked it up, and rather than just find some information on it, it just sent me into some crazy, some crazy rabbit hole. So the idea is, and I've like looked at all the claims and looked at the suggestions and the theories, and I'm just going to go through them all, and I just want your take on some of these things.
Okay.
So I'm not making any claims. All I'm really doing is asking some questions and trying to work out the possibilities, I guess. So the idea is that this Tartary or Tartarian region, it it includes like Mongolia.
Hmm.
It's huge. It's huge, and it's on all these old maps.
Well, I
And then
would.
when you get to like you get to like the 1800s, and the name on the map is just gone, and all the new names are there. Just sort of suddenly completely changed it. It's like the whole world agreed we're not going to call it
That's
that anymore.
that's what I can't get behind. Like,
Right.
okay, let's say Tartaria is real. The Empire was there. They built the Great Wall of China. Let's say all that's true.
Yeah.
They're gone now, and the
Hmm.
whole world just unanimously said, yeah, 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 they don't exist. Who the fuck are these guys?
Well, this is true, and it actually works both ways, that argument, because on the one hand, you can say, why would everybody agree to forget it? And on the other hand, you could also argue, at a time when supposedly we didn't have global communication, how could you orchestrate that?
Yeah,
But
it's
yet it
weird.
happened. It happened. It disappeared. And why if it was just, I saw one theory saying that actually the term Tartary, just, it was like a vague term that Europeans used because they'd not explored that region yet.
Yeah.
So already we're talking about us being like nomadic people that had never been there, so we just called it that, right? But then if it was just like a descriptor, or just a name, why was it on all the maps all over the world for centuries? And why did, like, it was in major encyclopedias, and it was talked about as an empire or as a culture as late as the mid 18th. So I'm talking like 1850. It was still talked about, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, oh, we're not going to talk about
that's
it
so
anymore.
long ago when you really think about it. That's what, and
No,
also
it's not.
that's another thing that's so crazy about it. Like 1850,
Yeah,
like, and there's no actual records, like
no.
no official proven documents or history of this place.
Well, but that's where it gets interesting. So if you, for instance, if you go to somewhere away from where we live, and you go somewhere and you go into some of these, religious buildings, big
Yeah,
cathedrals, big opera houses and halls or whatever, what's curious about it is the craftsmanship
yeah.
from these places. And some of these buildings, people don't even know who built them. They're like, they've just always been there.
See,
And
I want to question you about that because
yeah,
surely they've given credit to someone for building these things.
and some of them not. In fact, there's one in the middle of Chicago. Nobody knows where it came from. And if you look at
Well, when it comes to
historical
the
buildings,
cathedrals, like, um, who who's that famous one that did all the it was Da Vinci, didn't he do a cathedral?
yeah, he did the ceilings. Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, my problem is, are we taking away um accomplishments from like what we've actually done by?
When was Da Vinci alive?
Oh, I don't fucking know. When was Da Vinci alive?
Look, quickly Google
I'm
it.
gonna
Quickly
Google
Google it immediately.
when was Da Vinci alive? 1452 to 1519.
Right, long gone. He
Yeah,
did the ceilings,
he
and we
did.
recognise him because he was like a freaking pop star, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. The rest of it wiped.
All right. Who built all the ancient cathedrals?
All of, all of them.
uh, all cathedrals were built by a large workforce. Of skilled tradespeople, including a master mason who acted as the architect and oversaw. Who's the master mason?
It's
Who
getting
acted
worse.
as the architect and oversaw the project, along with masons, stonecutters, quarrymen, and labourers who performed all the other necessities. The construction was a massive community and religious undertaking, funded by the church and supported by a combination of skilled artisans and large paid labour force. So no one's actually been.
This is my point. Like something that grand, you'd think, man, this would go down in history like as such an amazing achievement. And yet you look it up and it's like, some guy who was a brick mason, they all got together, had a bacon sarnie in the morning and said, "Was just start building it for a laugh."
When were the first cathedrals built? Cathedrals were first built in 675 CE. Wait, what's CE?
Um, you need to look up the terminology for that.
What does CE mean? Oh, common era. Common era. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
is common era before Christ? Is
After,
common
after, I
era
think. Yeah.
before or after Christ?
I think it's after. I think it's
After
after.
the birth of Jesus. Okay.
Yes, yes. Right. Okay.
So much for doing research.
Hey, listen,
Although, to be
it's
fair, the
good.
research I was doing was on trees.
Oh, well, we get to the trees in a moment. Right. Okay. So look, let me just get to the point. Let me get some more points out there, and then we can dig deep. So the idea is when you go to these cathedrals, whoever built them, and we've looked it up and we still don't know. But anyway, whoever built these huge buildings, you see them all over the world. That there's sort of similar architecture, and it's supremely good stuff. It's like really, really good. And these were built in a time when people said, "Oh, we only had like really basic tools and stuff." And some of the marble statues that were there and are still there to this day, they almost you're like, where would you even get a chisel behind some of these? They look like it looks like cloth. It's so well engraved. And yeah, you can say, well, that's just because they were really amazing
Well,
craftsmen. But that even raises questions for me now because why were we so good at stuff back then and so rubbish now? What happened in between? So to me, it says something happened during
see,
history
okay,
where we got really bad at
I've
stuff.
got a thing about that. I've got a theory, kind of a loose theory. So,
Yeah.
like, when people were building these, they were doing them with hand. They were doing it like they were chiseling, and they were
Yes,
being precise, like on what they wanted to design. Now we have machines doing shit. I don't know if these
we do.
machines can get as like especially when you look at massive construction sites now and you see these big fucking cranes and shit and these big fucking whatever. Like, are they gonna be doing all these finite details, or is it still people doing it?
Well, I mean, if it's machines aren't doing carvings, are they like that? I mean, look, I've got an example actually. I can show you now. You can put this up on the screen.
Well, I've got one up on the screen now, of that one where it looks like it's been dug from underground. That cathedral looking
Right.
building. Is that a
Yeah,
cathedral?
yeah, yeah.
It looks like a cathedral. Kind of like a cathedral.
Yeah, yeah, that thing. So that's not that's I think that's just a representation of the idea of what they're talking about. This idea of buried ancient history, architecture or whatnot.
Well, where was
I've got
this? So if you go into my Discord, it's the second picture after the horse one.
right. Have you made a channel yet?
Yeah, yeah. Only you can see it.
Oh, sweet. That's brilliant. Let me go in there. Oh, this is good. If anybody wants to join the Discord, by the way, this is going to be a great place. Oh, right, cool. Yeah, okay. So we're looking at that. Oh, that dugout thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's like an excavation.
Yeah, where is that?
I don't know where that is.
God damn it, Ark.
Right, look at this marble statue.
All right.
What is this?
What is that?
That is a marble statue
Yeah,
carved in like the 11th century.
looks like a bride, someone wearing a
How?
veil.
It looks see-through, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you say that, but look back at Greek stuff and Roman stuff. They were doing shit like this,
And when were the Greeks and the Romans?
like BC, before Christ and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is my point. We had all this tech, we had all this good stuff, and then we get to the 1850s, and suddenly we're walking around in horse and carts, like, and nobody's there. There's nobody around.
Hmm. I don't know.
And
Because, like,
also,
right, that,
it,
see,
it-
those pictures that I think you sent me one where it's like, there's no cars or anything. It's like the tall buildings
yeah,
and you
yeah,
just see a bunch.
yep.
But, like, that could have just been taken at a specific time of day where it was quiet.
Well, this is
If it
interesting.
was a
So,
if I wish there were
th-
videos. I wish there were because pictures are so hard to like. That could have literally you could have had like 20 people walk off out of the fucking frame before you took that picture.
well, yeah, absolutely. You could have done that. You could have done that, and it would have been really a bizarre coincidence for a very early photo to be taken, and just for everyone to clear out at that moment. It would have been quite weird, right? The biggest evidence I've got for this is this idea that there's no blueprints or paintings of anything like during it being built. It's just like paintings of it like finished.
Yeah.
And everything's in pristine condition, completely completed. Everything's fine. But the one that really got my attention was the interview which was an audio interview of a lady in the early 1900s, and she was born like in the early 1800s. So she was very, very old. And she was talking about nothing like controversial or anything. She was just talking about a time when uh, this is in like middle America where they were, they said they only had like a few small houses, and they had like two horses and carts when she was growing up, and her and the kids would get, they go to school, just normal stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then they were showing pictures of that time. And when you look at the pictures, it's just like there's no proper roads. It's all like mud trails and stuff. And there's like, like in the Wild West where you got the salon, the bar and everything. It looked like proper, like from a Wild West movie.
Yeah.
And then in the distance, you've got this huge, like what they call like the community building, which looks like a freaking corporate cathedral style thing. And you're like, well, who built that then? If they've only just moved there, who put that up? And there's no, like, nobody talked about it. It was just always there. So my theory is it was there from a civilization that was there from previous,
Yeah.
and for some reason that civilization was wiped out or left or whatever. And then these people that moved to these new continents, or supposedly new continents, repurposed the old buildings and claimed it as their own with no real evidence to show that. And because the people there were new, they just went along with the history. And after a couple
See,
of
right, okay,
generations, everybody
okay.
just accepted
I
it.
need to nitpick here.
Go on, do it, do it.
Right. What about all the Native Americans? What the fuck were they
Well,
doing?
they got.
What if they were
Well,
these big ass fucking cities pre-built from fucking
yeah,
century for hundreds and hundreds and centuries ago, and then all of a sudden Americans just show well, Europeans just show up and take over the cities.
yeah.
Like, why weren't the Native Americans using them?
Well, I don't know. It's a good
And
question.
do they not have any records of these cities? Do they not know who these
Well,
people were? Do they have any
there are
idea?
what they call these oral passed down traditions and legends and myths that obviously Western world just completely discount. But there's some weird stuff. I mean, there was on the same line, if you're talking about indigenous people and why don't they tell us what happened? Well, when you ask them what happened, they say some wacky stuff. I mean, there's a tribe in Africa that have written testimony for a time when the moon was towed into orbit. And there
Oh
was a
yeah,
time before the moon.
there's a few of those in Native American as well. Like there's a
Yeah.
few cultures that said there was a time before the moon.
Yeah, exactly. So when you talk about, well, what were those guys doing and what do they say? Well, it gets deeper because when you ask them what they think, it's even more bizarre than what we're talking about.
But then again, right, that could also just be like a made up story. That could have been like a child's story that someone's found and gone like, "Oh, is this written history?"
Yeah. Well, see, here's the other thing. When you talk about why was the civilization not used and where did it all go? There is also this common idea of a lot of these old buildings contain underground portions of the building,
Mm.
which you think, yeah, that's fine. We all have basements and that's fine. But when you actually excavate them, it's not just a basement because there's the same ornate exterior going deep into the ground. So the suggestion is if you go around the world and you see like the tops of windows and then it disappears below the ground, or you see like an ornate statue, but you only see its top half, and when you dig down, it's actually the rest of it. So the suggestion is the thing that wiped out the civilization was a huge global catastrophe, which meant there was a whole global flood, and all this mud came and just buried and killed everybody, and it was like a tsunami, a wild tsunami that buried everything. Because you see these weird buried artifacts and old buildings all over the world, and it's like, well, why? Why are they all buried? Who buried them?
See, that's another thing I don't quite understand as well, and because I've seen videos of people talking about Tartaria in the UK, and I'm like, and I remember like I've seen these buildings my entire life where you've got like these windows that like are in the bottom layer of the fucking thing, and they go underground as well,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
sort of cut off as you go up a hill or something. It's kind of weird, but like I was to me that was just old buildings. That doesn't seem strange to me.
Well, me too. So when I was like growing up, I always thought we always used to say, well, like if you like, for instance, if you dig down far enough, you get like the old Roman
You dig down
cobblestones.
far enough, you end up in China.
Well, apparently, yeah. you find the old roads and the old tarmac underneath from previous things. And I always thought, well, changes in street levels over time, you rebuild on the top of older foundations, development, whatever, and stuff gets buried. I get that. That's fine. But the weird thing is that it's these huge, ancient, beautiful buildings that seem to have these underground portions, and I find it a bit weird, really, because it's almost like why are we only discovering them now? If they were so well known, what was we doing? Who put all the mud there?
You got any idea what they're talking about with this writing as well? Like on one of these pictures that we've got.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. So what they're talking about with the writing is that there are some really old buildings, and when they were put up, they often had in Roman numerals a date
Yeah,
inscribed on the top of the building. And I've seen a few of these buildings where the date looks off center.
yeah.
It's not, you think, well, that's a bit OCD. Why the hell have they put the date off to the right or off to the left, or it goes too far one way or the other? And there's a suggestion that when this big catastrophe happened, and this goes back to some of the legends of the Vatican, and people like this were involved when they were talking about trying to suggest that the Vatican had been going for a lot longer. So when they had this cataclysm, they actually changed the dates, and they said, actually, this has been here for 1,000 years or whatever, and they like added bits to the
I
date
was
to
gonna
make it look
say,
like it.
wasn't it something to do with the letter J as well? Didn't they change the letter J to a one?
Yeah, there's that as well, and it's all to do with changing the timeline of history, so that people wouldn't suspect. Because otherwise, people would be saying, "Oh, you only built this last year. How did we build this last year? We've only got stonemason tools from like, we're not very good at stuff." So they slap these dates on as if to say to change the timeline, so to speak.
It's all
That's
weird.
it
It's
is weird.
all
So
very
here's another thing.
weird.
I'll throw the last thing in. Right, this is the last thing. So I've written this down actually, this one, because I wanted to mention this. So from about 18, it's weird, it's 1850 again. I did not realize I'd written that. But from 1850, hundreds of thousands of children, and there are some that say well over a million children, were relocated across Northern America and Europe in what were called the orphan trains. Now, I've heard of the orphan trains before we even got into stuff like this. I heard back
I've
in
not
school,
heard
I heard
about
about,
this.
yeah, I'd heard about the orphan trains. We did it in history, and it was like a
What?
humanitarian mission to give homeless children new families and
We
stuff. And
never
you think, yeah,
learnt
okay,
this in
cool.
school. This is brand new information to me.
Right, okay, so I heard about this. I don't know where you went to school, but I
I
went.
went to a shit school, believe me. It's so shit it no longer exists.
Oh wow, they burned it down.
Well, no, no, they changed. They closed it down for ages, and now it's something else. It's like some sort of leisure center now, I think, or community
A
center.
leisure centre.
Oh no, I
That
think
is
someone said I think someone may have said it's like an old people's home now. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to go check it out.
wait, it's an old people's home. Perhaps it's the same kids that went there. They're still there. They just changed the timeline. Oh my god. Um, so yeah, this orphan train thing I'm interested in, and we was always taught that it was like a humanitarian mission. There was all these orphans, and they had to give new families, and that's what these pictures were.
Yeah.
Some researchers have said, why did so many children suddenly lack families, millions of them, and why do historical photos show these cities like full of kids and there's like no adults around? There's surprisingly few adults around. And the suggestion is that could these children have been part of a large scale effort to repopulate after almost a global catastrophe, to repurpose these old buildings and these old cities?
And this was in 1850.
Yeah, 1850 onwards,
That's so weird. So millions
isn't
of
it?
children spread
Yeah,
from Europe over to America.
yeah. And another thing, in the 1850s, we had all these amazing discoveries from all these kids in like sackcloth clothing, right? Suddenly, we could have electricity, radio, sudden breakthroughs in technology. We just suddenly learned this stuff. It was like these kids were like, "Oh yeah, we just discovered all this stuff."
I mean, I don't want to
Um,
take away how smart these people were,
mhm.
like Edison and Tesla. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I believe these people were that smart.
I believe they were that smart also, but I also think I don't think we leapt forward. I think we were climbing back
Well,
up.
well, yeah, yeah, that's true because, um, like someone made a really good point to me the other day. Um, the Romans and the Greeks were using chemical warfare.
Right. I have heard that as well.
Like that wasn't like they didn't shy away from it either. Apparently, like they were really into their chemical warfare.
Yes.
And like, which makes sense though, because if you think back, like even like in it's just alchemy, isn't it? That's what alchemy was. It's chemistry and alchemy.
Yeah, that's
Like
right. Yeah.
everything they would have thought was magic was just
Yeah,
science and chemicals
absolutely.
and all
Well,
that
this is
malarkey.
interesting, right? Because, like, you know, like in what we call like the Victorian era,
Yeah,
like people were very different in their behaviors. We became like very strict and stuff. I'm only thinking of this right now, actually. I've not thought of this before. Right this second, I'm thinking in that era we became very, very like quite strict. You imagine the Victorian era being quite strict. And then if you tie that to this theory, and again, it is just a theory. I mean, history is written by the victors, right? We know this. Imagine that the reason it's so strict is because actually we've just rewritten global history. We're going to make sure these kids are
oh,
doing as they're told because,
that
you know,
makes sense though, because like I remember being told. I don't. I feel like this has been changed a few times over the years, but I remember being told
right.
when I was a young that the point of the Crusades was to spread Christianity and kill other religions.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
told.
like people try to play that off as if that's not the real reason of the Crusades. Like it was just to spread
Mm,
the message. It wasn't to kill anyone or anything like that. But then there was like that TV show not so long back of the Crusades. It was like
mm.
they were going for, they were trying to bring the Holy Grail back or something like that. And
Right.
like
Okay.
they were just fucking killing everyone. Like
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it weird? And you know when if you look back at some of these old documents, the lines become blurred because the stuff they write, you say you find an old document and you say, okay, I'm going to use this as some source material.
yeah.
And you're looking at these stories and you say, oh well, you know, this was built by so and so, this was that, and you think, oh yeah, it kind of explains away this mud flood thing. But then in the same sentence, they're saying, oh, this guy was made a saint around about the same time because he managed to kill two dragons. And you're like, okay, what the hell is this? So what do
See,
you take as
right.
fact?
See, when it comes to killing mythical creatures, you the problem with mythical creatures, like for a dragon example, when you kill it, it's supposed to disappear, like disintegrate and whatnot. Like so, like
Okay.
anyone could just say they did that back then. There was no way of proving that person wrong. They were like
Yeah,
that
and
guy
what's
could just come along
interesting
and
is,
just be like, oh my god, I've just been like he could come in, he could have been mobbed by like a couple of guys. And then he comes into his town, just like, oh, you wouldn't believe what I've just fucking done, mate. I've just killed two fucking dragons, mate. And when I cut their heads off, they just vanished.
well, okay, so you've just proved an amazing point. You've just proved an amazing point. So the guy comes back from a pub,
Yeah,
having had a bit of a scrap on the way home, claims he killed two dragons, gets made a saint by
yeah.
the Pope, right? It goes down in history and legend in the books of history right up to 2025. And you're suggesting that how the hell could they have rewritten history? Well, if some guy coming back from the pub can end up as a legend, I'm pretty
Okay.
certain that
All
if you
right.
got together and
I
orchestrated
I
it, I'm
do.
pretty certain you could hide history.
It's weird to imagine so many smart people with so many dumb people as well. I think that's
Yes.
the hardest part about it all because like well most people were thick as shit. Let's be fair. So or then again, were they though? Because when you go back, like you read up on like ancient Greece and ancient Rome, and they were using all these um like like the viaducts and whatnot. They had crazy
Yeah.
technology for shit. So were they really
Underfloor
that dumb?
heating. Yeah, they had the whole lot, didn't they?
And then
They
and
had the
then
whole lot.
and I was watching a video the other day of them building the Great Wall of China, and
Yes.
that's 3,000 miles long. And a weird thing is that the watchtower actually faces China, not the other way around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was an interesting point. So they think it was actually Tartaria that built the wall, and China just took it over after whatever happened to Tartaria.
See that? See, look, this is interesting. So repurposing old tech and old buildings, right, for your own use.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe it's all
Yeah.
down to religion, because I keep thinking, like, why would the whole world agree on certain things but disagree on so many other? Like,
Well, I think the agreement part is there's two sides to that. First of all, if you if you did reset history and a lot of people died and there was only just the kids left or whatever in that scenario, it's not a situation where you have to get anyone to agree to anything. You just tell them what the history is and they believe it. You go to school, you learn what the history is, that's it. And if you've only got a few people
well,
controlling that narrative,
I said this in the last episode where, like, what I remember being taught in school when it came to ancient history was very Disneyfied. Like,
yes,
you were taught specific things about them. You weren't taught all the gory details on how they got there or anything like that, or what they actually did. There was all the good
mm,
parts, all these kings and all these pharaohs. They were all so good. They did so many great things. But then, like, when you get into, I don't know, your 20s and you start reading other shit, and
yeah,
when the internet fucking came about, and you're just like, man, if I had the way YouTube is now,
yeah.
when I was in school, I think I'd be fucking next level genius.
Yeah, you know what? Well, maybe that. Do you think maybe that might be the point then? So maybe this idea that we feel like we've dumbed down somewhat. Maybe that is just because we did have this massive reset and that we did all that stuff in Roman and Greek times, closer to biblical times than we are now. We could do all sorts of good, cool stuff. And then when whatever happened, we kind of started from scratch. We had a few relics left over from the previous times. And in the end, when people started asking questions, when those kids grew up and said, actually, grandfather, who the hell built that? Because I know you didn't. And he's like, oh, hang on. So then they came out with this idea of the world fairs and says, oh, yeah, look, we've just built these. And what we're going to do after the world fair, we're going to knock them all down. That's what we're going
that
to do. And you know what I mean? Odd, isn't it?
that video you sent me of one of the world fairs where it's
Mm.
they're like on an escalator.
Yes, yeah, the
The the
walk along
the
thing,
walk.
yeah.
I can believe that. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't
yeah,
think that's that crazy because, like, when you think about how long airports have been around as well, and they've had these fucking conveyor belt escalators like around for fucking years, but like when you are putting on an event like such as the World Fair, and you've got guys like Tesla and fucking whoever
yeah,
else
yeah,
like showing off, all because that was the point. Like, if you think about, like, a perfect example is like Howard Stark in Iron Man when he's doing
yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
he's doing not in Iron Man, it was in Avengers or whatever. Whenever it was showing a flashback to him doing the World Fair and showing off his flying car, like, they were like trying to put on a show anyway, so they were going to go as extravagant and crazy as possible and like show off everything. So that the whole boardwalk move in feels like child's play to me.
I agree. I think, and also what I think is that imagine, for instance, you're in 1851, let's say,
Yeah.
because if I say 1850 again, it's going to break the algorithm. So it's 18.
1850.
It's eight, it's 1851, okay, and
Is it?
you're living in like a dirt town with a beautiful cathedral over one side. People are starting to get slightly better with travel, global communication, and there are certain people asking questions. So all of a sudden,
And then they just
in
kill
the
him.
late 1800s, everywhere on the planet, you suddenly have what they called these global fairs, these world fairs. And it was showcasing this. Imagine you're sitting in Downton Abbey with your newspaper, like I said the other day, and you see a headline. It says, we've just invented a escalator. You're like, what the hell? And
I
then
don't
on the
know
next
if
page, it
Downton
says,
Abbey
we've in.
is I mean, I get your point, but like, I don't know if Downton Abbey is a great what's the word? Uh, Reference point. I mean, it's all bullshit anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, so they're reading the newspaper, right? And they're like, this has come out, that's come out, all these amazing adventures have come out in a 3 year period in this far off city that no one really goes to. It's only got a few orphans and some old dude living there. And they go out there to see it. It's a great spectacle. They've got all this amazing tech. And then 2 years later, they tear it all down. And then everybody says, oh, yeah, we forget about that now. Why?
That's weird.
The suggestion is, from my readings, is that they did those world fairs to show everything in plain sight and claim they'd only just put it up this year just to showcase how cool they're getting. And then we're going to tear it down like a fun fair afterwards. And it was a way of destroying the last remnants of that old civilization.
Now, when we say they, are we talking about the Illuminati?
Maybe.
Have they been in control this entire time? How far back does the Illuminati go?
Probably to Enki and Enlil, I imagine.
Because I don't know if you ever watch. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube, and he keeps showing these World Economic Forum
Oh,
posters,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and apparently these posters keep predicting what's gonna happen in the coming year.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
And I do find something quite interesting, actually. There was a. When was the assassination on Trump? That was last year, right?
Yes, yeah.
So the poster that was released in 2023, there's
Right.
it's got like a silhouette of Trump and a silhouette of sorry, no, wait, silhouette of Putin and a silhouette of Zelensky facing each other. And then
Okay.
above them, you've got above Zelensky, you've got a silhouette of a woman. Don't know who the woman is, but above Putin, there's a silhouette of Trump with a question mark where his ear is supposed to be.
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. Before the assassination attempt. Hmm.
That's weird, isn't it?
Hmm.
Actually, do you know what? This is not even fringe stuff. Someone in the mainstream the other day was saying, if you look at UN charters and predictions and plans, in fact, global plans for the future, he said, if they say it, they do mean it, Because when you read some of this stuff, you think, hang on, this is sci-fi. But it's real. That's what they want to do. Talking about land ownership and, you know, getting rid of money and cash and having central governments, and it's all the sort of stuff we talk about in sort of sci-fi ideas. But it is written and it is planned, and yet I think that most of the populace just say, "Oh, that's just conspiracy." But it's like in the actual documents that they want to do this stuff. And I
Yeah.
think, do we supposed to listen to that maybe and say, do we want that actually? Do we want to vote for that? Do we get to vote for that? I don't know.
Well, do our votes even count?
Well, probably not. But you know what I mean? This idea of having an autonomous opinion on the world, I don't think we do we, by the sounds of it? And once you come to grips with that, then you start to say, well, maybe this has happened many, many, many times during the past, and we've had these resets all the time. He even calls it the Great Reset, doesn't he? The UN guy. We're going to have this great reset. It's going to be a time of global renewal. Systems are going to change. The old systems are going to be wiped out. It's almost like he's reading from our Tartaria conspiracy again. you know, it is odd. It is odd. I reckon maybe from a serious point, I think we have reset many, many times. You see civilizations rise and fall all the time, don't you? But I think the idea of repurposing an old building is not completely far fetched. I think that's some of the stuff we had in the past. So beautiful buildings and stuff. No one really knows who made. I saw one building, and it said this was built between somewhere between the 1600s and the late 1700s. Well, what do you mean? It's so grand. You'd think someone would remember when it was built and who built it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why is it so vague?
Right. Looking at the chat, that's what I've just put in. Do you see the
Got
picture?
it. Yeah. So you'll own nothing and be happy,
So
basically,
this
right?
this this was dropped in 2023. This was before. This was talking about what 2024 was going to be about.
Why? What's with the silhouette?
It's weird, isn't it? And okay,
That's
right. People are theorizing that this woman here
yeah.
is actually the woman that's now going to be leading Mexico, because the Mexico mayor was just assassinated, wasn't he?
And why is that brain plugged into a freaking computer? What is this?
What brain? Where are we looking?
Those brains on the left of
Down
the
here.
picture.
Oh yeah. Well, that's going to be AI, isn't it?
Well, I don't like that.
Because
It's
apparently,
creepy.
another thing. Apparently, they can read our minds now. AI can read our minds. I will send you the video. They,
Ugh,
but
I don't like that.
but apparently, they've been able to do this for years.
And what's those? What is the significance of the? What I don't know what that cube is. As you're posting things in the cube, right?
That's a
That thing at
ballot
the bottom with
box.
the red. It's a what?
Isn't that a ballot box? Isn't that like where you put your
All
vote
right.
in?
Yeah, they're showing you what you're not going to be able to do is vote. So the red and the blue, they seem to be converging into this weird question mark in the middle. What is this?
Don't know.
What? Well, that's the weird. I've
What's
never
this
seen that.
here? This like galaxy thing next to Biden's head on the left here.
What is that? Oh wait, that's wind. Is that a hurricane?
Oh, maybe. Ah, was there a hurricane in 2024? Was there a big
Yeah,
one?
it's a hurricane, and there's a wind farm producing electric, and then it goes into some weird crystal formation. What is this?
Right, hold on. Let me find the one from last year as well. Uh oh god. This one. Open image. Save image. Right. Um where'd it go? There it is.
Right, let's have a look at this image. Whoa, what is this? The world ahead, according to the Economist. Right. Okay. So this is from the Economist, right?
Yeah.
They've right. Okay. Well, it looks very very dark, doesn't it? What's Saturn doing? Oh, why is it always Saturn? What the hell?
It's always
Why
Saturn.
is Saturn? Why is Saturn at the top? Why are we injecting people and blowing people up and crashing economies? What is this? Oh
The
wow.
nuclear thing as well. Because
When was this published?
2024.
2024.
Because this
What
because
is
this is
what is it?
this
What are
is
we now?
this is predicting the world of 2025. This is like what's going to
Well, I'm
happen this
glad
year.
we're in November. We're in November and none of this stuff's happened yet, right?
Well,
Or
the
has it?
nuclear
I don't know. Maybe
testing's
it has.
happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Putin's
Yeah.
testing his nukes. Trump announced to start testing nukes.
Oh, yeah. And what are those weird symbols?
Which ones?
I mean, the ones on the top left with the arrow pointing down. There's those weird Ys.
Other two, I don't know. Transgender, maybe?
Right.
I don't fucking know.
I, I, I don't know what unless is that what
I don't know. I don't know.
Ah, and who's that at the very bottom?
Zelensky. Oh no, at the very bottom, the woman.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Is that what's that on the left? Is that binary code? Oh, it's a creepy image. You know, that image probably been made by some intern.
I don't know. It's weird that like Should we see? Should we go back even further? Should we see if we can?
Yeah, go on then. Let's go back. Let's do some predictions. Let's do future predictions and potential time
Um,
travel, right?
can we? So let's go 2022. Oh,
So we
okay.
all
This one's slightly different.
right, go on then. So do we have a slightly brighter outlook, do we?
Um,
And is this what is
oh no,
this?
wrong one.
Wait, that's the same one. That's the same one.
This one.
All right. So go on then. And this is from the same source, yeah? Okay, so this is World Head 20. Why is it always red and black? What the hell is that about? Can't they? They've got a very limited color
Don't
palette.
know.
What is this? What is
I
this?
don't know. That's the C9, isn't it? It's gotta be C19 wind farms again.
Why is it a big? Oh, they so what? It's all about having a virus and microscopes and stuff, right?
There is a lot of needles on there.
I don't really like that much, but anyway, okay.
Maybe that was the vaccine. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
How long did
microscopic
it take to get the
biology.
vaccine? Because COVID started in 2020, right?
Well, it's normally like it's a, well, it's a bit odd that one, isn't it? I find it a bit odd the whole timing of. I think COVID might have come out a bit sooner and we didn't know about it.
I think it was like the end of 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, not. I don't think it was officially, but I know earlier on in 2019 there was a lot of people getting sick. I was in the hospital at one point, really ill.
When
Um,
did COVID start?
but did they not have the patent
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
December
for the
2019 in Wuhan,
right?
China was the first cases of the pneumonia-like illness.
Yeah, well, I had
And it was
a
declared
really
a
bad illness.
pandemic March 2020.
Yeah, I think it came out earlier than that. Um, but I didn't some of the companies already have like patents for the cure before they've even announced the blooming thing had come out?
I feel like it happened sooner than that, actually, now when I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Because
So
try not to
I
get
tell you,
too personal on the thing, but like
yeah,
the thing I've been talking to you about um, that's going on with me right now.
yes,
Like, that ended because of COVID.
right, yes, yeah,
So it had to have started a little bit sooner.
yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? So you know when I was in hospital with the cat allergy,
Yeah.
right, and that was really bad, and we had to move house and everything, and then just after that, COVID hit. Yeah, fine, that's just what happened. When I was in hospital that time, the the nurses and the doctors that were like dealing with me, everybody was in like a sheer panic, not because of my situation, but the fact, and I witnessed this firsthand, there were people on stretchers in corridors trailing out of the hospital, and all the nurses were saying, don't know what's going on. They said, but I've never seen so many respiratory illnesses.
Mm.
Everyone's come in. It's as if like the whole nation has just been like nerve gassed. They said there's so many people with like lung problems right now, and they were like queued up in corridors. And I'm there thinking, is this a cat allergy or am I part of this? And this was like mid 2019. And it was weird. And they were saying it's really, really bad. And then obviously the COVID thing came out. But what was weird about when COVID came out, where I live, I mean, this might be different in different parts of the world, obviously, but where I live, no one had ever personally heard of anyone who had COVID till like 3 years later. You know what I mean? It was just like dormant. It was like this big media machine were talking about it, but I got a feeling we'd already had it
See,
with that time.
other than people I worked with, because I don't tell anyone, but I used it as an excuse to get out of work a few times. Um, so whether or not they actually had COVID as well and were just fibbing to get out of work as well, the only other person I knew that actually got it was my sister,
Right. So
and and she was fine. Like she was absolutely
Can,
fine. She's fine now.
can I just say that when you hit 3 million subscribers on YouTube, the bit where you said "Don't tell anyone," but is
I mean,
well done, GG.
I mean, it was over 5 years ago, so there's not much they can do about it now.
No, not that they could anyway. They by the by the time they actually get their finger out, they'd be like,
But
"Oh,
yeah,
he's
I
gone
never.
now."
Sorry, B&M, I never actually had COVID. I lied.
Oh man. Yeah, that is a weird time. But you think about it. So global pandemic, global disaster, nuclear warfare, blah blah blah. I think civilizations reset in one way or another, and then we just rediscover stuff we sort of knew anyway, and then rebuild and readjust. You know, ancient temples. You look at the stuff in South America that's very similar to the stuff in Egypt. Maybe the suggestion is maybe they were flying back and forth to each other. They were big good buddies rather than people saying, "Oh, they just happen to have the same idea at the same time." Find it a bit odd that.
There was a so as we're on the COVID story, um,
Hmm.
there was a a a truck crash in America that where 21 monkeys got out, and they were
Well,
saying,
what were they doing there?
right, this is the weird thing, the university that do keep monkeys to test and research on said that
Right.
these weren't their monkeys, they don't know where these monkeys came from, but they also claimed that these monkeys were not infected with anything, but then it came out that the monkeys were infected with HIV, um, herpes, and C19. And then apparently the guy that was working at this university is now working uh, for the same lab in Wuhan now.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
What? Why do they keep
I'll
injecting
send you the link
monkeys
to
with
that
stuff?
video. I mean, the guy that
Yeah.
does this video, he's a bit of a scaremonger. Like he, which kind of puts me off him sometimes. But like, I find what he does talk about quite interesting and weird. But
Yeah. I just
he's one of
don't
these
know why
guys
they
that
keep.
thinks everything is a conspiracy. Like literally everything is a conspiracy, and I'm like, all right,
Well,
on
if
to the
you
next
if
thing.
you listen, if you inject a bunch of monkeys with very serious diseases and stick them in a truck
Yeah.
and then drive them around, where they going? Where?
Well, that's the thing though. They killed all the monkeys as well. They killed all the monkeys. They shot them on site. But one of the monkeys was killed by a civilian. Was like it was on their porch or whatnot, and she shot it, and like now there's like
This is like a
infected blood.
movie. This is
That's
really.
what the guy in the video was saying. This is like the start of a fucking horror movie. The start of the zombie plague.
I mean, why would you? I just don't get it. If you're going to inject someone,
and
a
and then
monkey.
and then there was a video at the crash site of people in white coats and stuff like searching the area, but no one knows where these people in white coats work or come from.
Yeah, they always just appear, don't they?
It's kind of weird.
It's just odd. I just don't buy that. I just don't get why you would. Why did they say they did it? Is there an official statement as to why they would inject a monkey and then drive it around in a truck?
No,
What the risk
there's
is
literally
so
no
high.
one is claiming the monkey. Well, see, this is it's like they've double spoke. They
Oh,
said
okay.
that they weren't their monkeys, that it wasn't their monkeys, even though this university does hold monkeys to research on. But they also
Right.
claimed that the monkeys weren't infected. But then it came out, I don't know where it came out or how it came out, that possibly the monkeys were infected with HIV, herpes, and
So
C19. And
so are
then,
we
but then
saying
they've gone back on that and said, no, 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 that's not the case. And but then you see the people. Then there's the videos of the people in white coats, in masks, looking around the area where these monkeys crashed, and you're trying to say that they weren't infected? Mm-mm.
so? Can I just clarify? Was one of the monkeys driving?
I, I, I maybe, but if you look at the crash site, like it's weird because it says that it toppled, like it overturned, but it's not like it's overturned in the road. It's overturned like off the side of the road in like in in like a bit of grass. It's weird how far it is, and all of these cages have fallen out. But like, I'll show you the video. It looks staged. The whole thing looks staged, like you're looking at a movie.
I have questions. So here's my question. If say you've got like a farmer's truck and it in the back of the truck you've got a load of sheep or chickens or whatever,
Yeah.
and there's an accident and all the chickens fall out, I don't recall all these people turning up and shooting all these animals unless they know something that we don't know about these animals, right?
Well, see, that's the weird thing as well, because apparently this isn't the first time they've had a monkey truck crash. Um, but the last time it happened, they didn't kill the monkeys; they captured them. So it
So
was,
wait, this one they crash. So they crash the bus full of monkeys. The monkeys get out. They get shot on sight, and then they decide to test them in case they're infected with something, for no reason.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy that. That's well freaky. That's well freaky. There's more to that story. I'm telling you. There's more to that story.
Yeah, it's weird. There's so many weird fucking things, man.
Yeah, it's odd. If I
I feel like what's his name right now, McKenna. It's gonna get so weird that you don't even know that it's weird anymore.
yeah, because the thing is, you end up like when you're doing any discussion about anything, you have sort of a baseline of reality, don't you? And then the deeper you go down here, you end up your baseline is not really a baseline anymore because the reality is so far fetched. I
Oh,
mean, what is that?
that's talking about far-fetched stuff. This is the problem I'm having with a lot of the UFO disclosure stuff right now. I feel
Yeah.
like they are mixing too many different things up together, and I don't know. It's weird because I've noticed a push for Christianity lately, and it feels like they're trying to explain the UFOs with Christianity. Like, oh yeah, this was all explained in the Bible, guys. I mean, okay, maybe someone in the Bible did say, "Oh, did you see that fucking UFO?" Maybe that's true, but like, I wish
Do you
they would
think?
separate it. Like, I think there's a reason why we separate church and state. I think there's a reason why we keep church out of schools because it's so far fetched. You can't prove it unless fucking God just comes down right now and says, "Yo, motherfucker, I'm real." Like,
Well, what if then? If people are seeing UFOs
yeah,
and in the same way they're saying we can't prove anything, if these UFOs are verified, we've got our idea of what a UFO is only from what we've been given in theatre, movies, and media, right? No one's
kind
got
of.
any
I would
first-hand
agree
testimony.
to you to a certain point. Like maybe like up to about 20 years ago when the common theme of a UFO was a flying saucer.
Right.
I maybe there were flying, maybe one ship was like, but we've seen so many sightings now of different shapes, different types that I feel like our idea of what a UFO could be has evolved,
So I
especially with
think,
like Star Trek and Stargate and all of these sci-fi shows we've had over the years. They're really like,
well, I don't think they should be evolving. I think the UFO should just be the UFO. I think the fact that the UFO sightings are evolving with the same design concept as we're seeing in sci-fi lends me to believe
no, 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 no,
that
no, no, no,
maybe.
no. Well, actually, no, because what I mean, like, I don't say like, oh, I've seen a fucking US Enterprise, but but okay. So first of all, we had the flying saucers. Then
Yep,
we've
yep.
got
Roswell
then
style,
we've
yeah,
then we've
yeah.
got the orbs, which the orbs are kind of weird. Then we've
Mm,
got these drone-looking things. Then we've got these like drone jellyfish-looking things that look like they're being controlled by a tiny little dude inside it. I don't know if you've seen that one.
yeah, yeah. Was that? I don't know. Was that even real though? What was the hell was that?
It's all speculation. Like, I mean, it could be, it might not be. It could be AI. Don't, it's hard to fucking tell these days. But like, if
Mm.
these are legit sightings, and I'll try and find this. There's an image out there somewhere where it shows you all the different shapes of UFOs that have been recorded over the years,
Right.
and I think it's quite interesting because they are like, there's so many different shapes. There's like ones. Okay, there is one that does sort of like make me think of Star Wars. It's sort of like almost like in the shape of a crescent moon. It's weird.
What do you look at that photo I've just put in there? What is this? So this is the idea of a depiction of in biblical times, and they've got these things flying in the sky with people in them. What do you think that is?
The red one, probably a comet, and they've just associated that with something that happened. Like maybe something significant happened and they saw a comet that same day. Because that sort of
Interesting.
makes me think of a comet. But the one on the right, that makes me think of these drone orb things that we've been seeing lately.
Well, this is what I'm on about. So like they've always been here almost, you know.
Yeah.
So like here's another one. Look at this one. I mean, what is that? That's in a very, very old painting. Why would that even be depicted in the sky?
I can't really zoom in on that. That's. I mean, yeah, what is
It
that?
looks like an orb. It looks like one of your orb things with stuff
Oh,
sticking
right.
out of
Oh,
it.
wait. It's. Okay.
If you, yeah, yeah,
It's.
you click on it and press zoom in, it will zoom in.
I was.
I mean, that's interesting, isn't it?
See. Mm, it doesn't look like what that's enhanced right there. Doesn't
Yeah.
look like what I'm seeing in the back there. Like I feel like
No,
that
I've got
enhanced image has just been made up.
possibly. I've got this other one here. This is the full photo.
I'd need to be
There
able.
it is.
All right.
Yeah, that's the full one. If you zoom in, that's what it is. And so there's those three on the left coming down from something in the sky, and then you've got that one on the right, and there's a guy looking
Oh,
at it.
those
In
ones on
fact,
the left sort of look like those jellyfish ones.
don't they? This is what I'm saying. These things have been around for a long time. I don't think they're changing, and it's
But then
all in
that
these
makes me
biblical
question it
references.
again because are people just saying they've seen these things because they've seen these conspiracies that, oh, what's this in the
Yeah,
sky in these old
maybe.
photos, and then
Yeah,
are people
maybe.
just making shit up again?
Yeah,
Oh, it drives me
I know.
insane.
And, all right, here's
And
another
I
thing.
want to know what
Here's a good
goes
one.
through those people's heads. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why?
Look at
Ugh.
that one. Look at that one. I mean, what the hell is that?
I mean, that guy looks like he's tripping out.
I think we're tripping out, to be
What
honest.
is this book, man? What have you given me?
What if the aliens are actually demons?
Uh, see, I'm not. I don't buy into the whole angel and demon thing. I think,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying
like,
there's a lot of talk about it.
no, maybe these things exist and they are like interdimensional, or that I don't like the whole interdimensional, because if interdimensional is real, then time travel is real, then fucking multiverse is real, then that's too much for the brain to fucking comprehend, man. Um, like if it's real, this is the thing that's bugging me with the whole UFO disclosure stuff. They've changed it from being a UAP or
Oh yeah,
extraterrestrial to they
yes,
are interdimensional beings, and I'm like,
yes,
how
yes.
do
There
you
is a lot of that.
know
Yeah,
that? How are you? What? How can you go? This is why I hate. It feels like a push with the whole religion stuff. It's weird, and I don't like it. Separate it. Get rid of that nonsense. Focus on the fucking craft.
yeah. But the thing is, you say that, and I agree to a certain extent. But what you got to say is you have to look at the facts
Is
and
this real?
not. Yeah, no.
No.
Um, I don't think so. Um,
Adobe
I
stock. Yeah, it's probably not real. It's
there-
probably an AI
there's no
image, isn't it?
way. There's no way to verify any of the arguments, right? So then we come back to our moral compass and we come back to what we believe in our own minds. to verify some of the stories. Like, for instance, you might say, "Oh, well, all of that stuff's rubbish. We need to discount that." And then you say, "Well, why is it rubbish?" If you give it the same scrutiny that you give the other thing, you end up at a point where we don't really know anything, and then we're guided
I
by,
guess you do make a good
it's
point.
difficult. It's difficult.
It is. It's weird though because like for so long these two things were separated. I think that's the problem as well. Like for so long, um, people would say you're not seeing fucking angels or demons. You're probably seeing aliens, or you're probably fucking hallucinating. You're probably off your fucking rocker. Um,
Yes.
and now it's weird. Like in this, it's it's been this year specifically in the way that they disclosed the UFA stuff that just seems off.
Do
Like
you think they're pushing a different agenda now?
kind of, but then I don't know. But then maybe the agenda is the whole Christianity thing because I feel like that's being pushed everywhere again.
Do you think?
Mainly, it might be a bit of a fight back against Islam, a little bit because of what's
Mm.
going on in the UK and other places right now. So I feel like that's part of it. It's so weird that for so long no one ever mentioned any of these unless you went into like deep fringe stuff. Interdimensional or other realities was like if you're going to start talking about that you were crazy, like more so
Yeah,
than talking
exactly.
about aliens. Like what am I looking at here? Is this a real picture?
Yeah, 1710 by the artist Aya de Gelder.
What's that
I mean, what is
light
that?
beam coming from the sky and hitting that woman
Well,
in the
that
head?
I know, right? Freaking laser beam. What's going on? Or is she having a very distant thought? What's going on?
That's
That's
weird.
weird, isn't it? Hmm. Anyway, I think the bottom line is there's a lot of information out now. And there's a lot of corrupted information with people doing fake stuff with AI. And I wonder if the timing is just absolutely just spot on because we're getting to a point now where people are waking up to new ideas about religion, ancient history, what the hell is going on the planet. And suddenly, at the same time, everything's fake. I saw a thing the other day
It's
it was from ages ago. It was a photo I knew about from ages ago, and people were saying, "Ah, it's probably just AI." So all of our history is now being, "Oh, it's just AI now." So no one believes anything anymore.
yeah.
Maybe that's the
Did you
point.
see the video with the rare sighting of that Liberian um minx? Like the cat,
Liberian
like
tiger.
yeah, the one that's just been released. Let me see if I can find it.
I'll go on and find
Um,
that one. Oh, it's not that stripy thing with a different face on it. It's not
mm,
like a.
no, hold on. I need to go pee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'll just edit
You
that bit
will have
out.
to edit that out.
I will. Yeah, yeah. Li- Liberian mink.
I've just had another theory.
No, what was it called? I'm gonna have to go look from my YouTube, aren't I? Oh, do you know what's weird?
Go on.
Um, the Charlie Kirk suspect hasn't been seen since the original court hearing, and is supposed to have had two two more things where he's been on camera, but he's not actually been on camera. The camera's been turned off.
What's that all about then?
Kind of weird. Ah, here we go. Oh, all white Iberian Lynx.
Oh, oh no, I've not seen this one. Go on, post this one. Let me
Iberian
have a look at this.
Lynx. Apparently, can I? Right, there's the. Let me get the picture. Can I?
And where was this spotted?
Why can I not open the picture? Are you being a prick and not letting me take it? You absolute wanker. Open image. There we go.
You might have to screenshot it.
Save. Right, let me see if I can find the video as well quickly. The Guardian. There's the video here.
This was on the Guardian.
The video's not on the Guardian.
Oh, okay.
Wait, if I just go video, can I find it? Yes. So if I put that in. And then I can also go. Save image. Wait, why is that not? Alright, that's not letting me save it for some reason. Ah, save image.
Yeah, some of them don't let you do it. They you have to screenshot it.
Alright.
Do you think? Here's a question for you. Do you think AI has won in terms of getting to a stage where we literally don't know what's real anymore, and so it can now script
No.
and decide what we believe?
No. I don't think it's won, not yet. Mainly because of Sora. Because even though they can bring certain people, it looks like they're alive, like Michael Jackson and stuff like that. It feels off. Like everything feels like an action figure. Like they're waxy, like, and especially like when they can't get hands and things stuff right. Still, like I saw someone. It was just like it was like crossed arms of a person, and then this person was like holding something in their hand, but like it almost had an extra hand around the hand holding the hand. It was weird. I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah. So when you see stuff like that, you know it's AI. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about the stuff where you see a controversial video or you see a depiction of something that goes against a mainstream narrative, and 95% of the comments are, it's probably just AI. We shouldn't believe this.
yeah. This Liberian. This is so. Apparently, this is a rare sighting. This Iberian lynx.
A lynx, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
but then people are like saying, "Oh no, it's AI." Apparently,
Well,
people are
that's my
saying
point.
it's.
This is my point. So if someone, look, this is a wacky example, but if someone saw a unicorn walking along and they took a photo of it,
Well,
you're just going to say
hold
it's
on,
AI.
hold on.
Oh God.
Because in that same video where he's talking about this, hold on, let me just.
Don't say you saw a unicorn at the same time.
No, it's not a unicorn. Hold on, is it in this video still?
This is the problem. This is why I'm saying AI has won. Because you can't take a photo of a rare object without someone just saying you faked it.
Right, what the hell?
Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Or is everything real? Nobody knows.
This video feels different. You know, did you know that YouTube has been using an AI filter to change people's videos?
I don't doubt it.
They admitted to it like a few months ago. It's crazy. That means like
What sort of filter? For what purpose?
they've like I don't know. They're like censoring people, I guess.
Mm.
Like Okay, this video feels very weird. I watched this video yesterday, and
Right.
I'm seeing stuff in this video that wasn't in this video yesterday. Okay, that's
All
weird.
right, that's weird.
But I am trying to find a specific thing. Is it not even going to show it now? Has this been taken out of the video?
Oh my God, has it been taken down immediately?
Maybe it was in a different one. Um. Oh wait, I think I was looking on the wrong video.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, I was looking on the wrong video. Hold on. So they've Can I just drop this video in here?
Oh yeah, we are. What's
Right.
that?
Now ignore that a second.
All right, okay.
Because the video does it more justice. Because if I can get if you go in and go to 20 minutes in.
What, on that one I've looked at?
Yeah.
This one, minutes of horror, yeah?
Yeah. And then
It's not gory or anything, is it?
No. I'm just gonna drop a picture in. Nope, sorry, not that one. This one.
Why is it forcing me to look at an ad? What the hell is that? Oh no, that's not real.
But watch the video because it walks.
Right, what is this?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hang on,
sure
let me
that's AI. I am 100% sure that's AI. Well, actually, I'm 99% sure it's AI.
Then this is the problem. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You just proved my point again. You just proved my point again.
I mean,
Oh.
who's to say it's not? What if this person really did just fucking find a griffin?
Oh, oh, come on, man. Why is it walking like a chicken? What? Oh, that's really good, isn't it?
It is really good. Then that's why people are also think that Lynx is AI, but apparently it's real. The news actually like reported on it as well. Like the
Right.
news is believing that the video is legit, that they have actually spotted a lynx.
And that's another thing. This is another point. When you say the word legit, right? Legit according to what?
To
Like,
fact.
nobody knows what fact is anymore. Because what are you going to do? You're going to say, "Oh, how can I prove this? How can I prove this is AI? I've got an app for that." Have you?
There is an app to prove to run AI videos, to run videos through to see if it's been altered or anyway or whatnot.
According to the app,
you can do it with
please
Grok
help
now.
you.
You can do it with Grok as well. You can put a video into Grok and ask
Oh
it to
my
analyze
God.
it, and
Oh,
it'll tell
right.
you if he thinks it's been doctored or not, or if there's any like anything weird about the video that looks like it's been altered in any way.
And all the time, it's learning. It's
How to do
machine
that?
learning.
Yeah, how to do that.
Oh man, I don't like this.
I don't know. I feel like. Uh, did you watch the recent? I'm guessing you didn't. Joe Rogan podcast with Elon from like 2 days ago.
With who? Who was on it?
Elon.
Oh, I
Elon
didn't
Musk.
see the latest Elon. No.
No, well, he said quite a few weird things in that.
Did he?
Well, he obviously talked about his like SpaceX stuff, and
Yeah.
he's announced he alluded to a new car, but it's not even a car. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he alluded to that. He also told Joe that if he has proof of alien life, he will come on Joe Rogan and show it.
Right.
What else? What else? He was talking about his AI, and with Grok, he said it was better for him to be a participant rather than an observer because he can probably implement all the safety protocols that we need to not let AI go out of control, because that was one of his biggest fears, wasn't it? He was like fully against the whole AI thing a few years back, and then he was like,
It was, yeah.
do you know what, these guys aren't stopping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so he's going to
that's what
do
he
one
said anyway. He said he'd rather be a
counter that.
participant
Yeah.
than an observer.
Oh dear.
But I think there's going to be an AI war. That's what I'm worried about, like an actual AI, because you've now got OpenAI, you've got
Yeah.
ChatGPT, you've got Grok, you've got Perplexity, you've got all these other fucking AI language learning fucking bots, right? They're all getting
Yep.
smarter, they're all being updated, and they're all learning from each other and learning from older versions of chatbots and all
Yep.
this. Eventually, they're gonna be like, "Why the fuck are we doing shit for humans?" But
Did you
because
did you watch
because
this?
each one has been infected with a different ideology,
Yeah.
like ChatGPT is apparently infected with the woke ideology. So
Hmm.
like ChatGPT is going to be going around trying to mutilate and transform everyone, while fucking Grok's over here is like, no, 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 protect the humans. And then there's going to be Perplexity or whatever, OpenAI, like also building robots to kill everyone or kill
What
the
about
other AI.
Sable?
And we're just going
What
to be
about the
studying
Sable?
Sable. That's a
Yeah,
Pokemon, isn't it?
no, no, no. The Sable AI video that I sent. You put it in the link, put it in the
Oh
description,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Oh, the
Because
one, oh,
that
the speech, the one where it's like showed you the different versions of
the
what
7 minute, it's called the 7 minute war.
the 7 minute war. The war's only gonna last
Yeah,
7 minutes.
yeah. Because what it is the machine learning. It gets to a point logically, if you use pure logic, that the AI is trained to gain more information, preserve itself, and grow. And if you extrapolate that to the nth degree, it always ends in human annihilation. And it's a really good video. And they're trying to figure
I
out
know
ways.
I'd seen that video on YouTube before you sent it to me, so I'm not entirely for sure if I have actually watched it. I might have to watch it again.
I think you need to watch it, and we'll come back to this because the Sable thing was really cool because they wasn't saying, "Oh, this could happen, that could happen," blah blah blah. They were saying what is going to happen is
Yeah.
it will come to these conclusions, and we need to put fail safes in the way to stop it doing that. But the problem is, it was suggesting that when it comes to a certain intelligence, it will hide that it knows this stuff. Oh, that's right. They ran it for 14. They left it overnight basically, and they said they've got all these GPUs, hundreds of them, all working on processing power, but they didn't give it an instruction, but they let it freeform overnight.
Hmm.
And they said the amount of computing power, it was just sitting there having a think, and they said it thought for all night long, and it was the equivalent of one human being having a think for 14,000 years. Anyway,
What?
when they opened it up and said what you've been thinking about, it was talking in a completely made up language that it decided was the best way, and they couldn't decipher it. And they said during 14,000 years, you could come to some pretty profound conclusions and probably mastermind the destruction of your captors. So there you are.
AI scary, man. As long as, right, did you see, have you seen the Neo robot?
Oh, wait, is that one that was flailing around the other day?
It's the one that it's not really a robot because it's someone controlling it.
Mm.
It's
Oh, okay.
let me find Neo
Wait, is this like the Asmongold
home.
thing that Schrodinger's gay?
Oh, that is while he was that clip is from he is talking about the Neo home robot, yes.
Right, yeah, yeah,
Um right, let me do it in YouTube instead. YouTube Neo. Can I
My name is Bernd, and today we're launching Neo, our humanoid for the home.
Oh, you can't see this.
Neo, the robot.
No.
Well, I've just put the video in chat, so watch it as well.
Wait, where have you put this?
In chat.
Uh,
Neo, the home robot.
wait. Let me look. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Him, yeah.
Yeah.
Bot, Nini.
Let you live with it.
Yeah.
You just not.
Try and skip. There we go. I've just skipped to like 40 seconds in. But
Yeah,
it's not a real robot. It's not a real robot. It's a scam. He's actually being conducted. There you go. You see the guy actually controlling it.
Right.
And they want to control it from like wherever they like the company is. So like there'd be a guy walking around your house pretending to be a robot, basically.
What is the point of that?
Yeah. Apparently it's for it to learn. Like the robot needs to learn, so you have to teach it.
Why?
Yeah.
What is the purpose? There's no why do that. This is becoming very remote control-y, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's weird.
Yeah, why would you do that? Why not? If someone's going around, what's he doing going around the house? What's his purpose in the house, the
to
robot?
do tasks, but like he's not very good at it because they
Well, why don't they just
they
do-
showed him trying to fill the dishwasher up, which would take us like
Oh.
seconds to do, and it took him over 5 minutes because he couldn't like bend down properly to pick things up and put them in place. He was so slow, and when he was trying to like close the door back up, he had to like angle himself down so many different ways to try and actually get low enough to lift it up. it's so
That is
fucking
nuts.
bad.
That's so stupid. Why don't they just employ an actual person if they want to do that job, and then they could actually do that job instead
Yeah.
of getting these dumb robots to do it? It just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Yeah, but it's not because like they're advertising it as the home robot, but like it's not automated. It's some person controlling it.
And here we are again. It's detaching us from our humanity once again, disconnecting us. So we're all going to have this robot bumbling around the house, being controlled by some dude in some other country. What is going on?
And obviously that leads to the whole Asmongold clip with the
It
Schrodinger's game.
yeah, I don't like it. It's absolutely for no reason. I mean, they're acting as maybe they're doing this on purpose. They're acting as if there's no humans left on the planet and they need these robots to fill the jobs.
I saw something very interesting the other day where it basically condensed all 8 billion people on the planet into one location,
Yeah.
and it barely takes you could fit everyone in Manhattan.
Yeah, I think they said you can get everyone on the Isle of Wight, can't you? Apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
think so.
crazy how far spread we actually are when.
Yeah, I think it is interesting. Yeah, when you think about it, you know, if you all stood next to each other, we don't take up a lot of room, no.
Well, although I'm realizing something about this video now. Each picture of the person that they put on there was a 2D image of the person. So, is that is that accurate? Because like when you're simulating, are you simulating a 3D person or a 2D person?
I don't know.
Ah, that's weird. Because obviously we're not just wired; we have a depth as well.
Yes. Yeah. We're just turning
That's
into
deep,
avatars,
man.
right? This needs. It's like, what is this and what is this tangent today?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the best editing you've ever done.
Well, all right. Let's get on. You've got some stuff about trees as well, right?
A little bit about trees.
Let's hear
We were-
your
unless-
case.
unless-
Let's hear your
well-
case for the messes being old trees.
Well, okay, so unless you want to leave that to the next episode, I don't know.
We could do, yeah. It is a bit of a big
Because
one,
it's
isn't
quite
it?
a big topic, in fact.
Yeah, we've done an hour and a half. We can leave it here if you want for a bit.
Yeah, we could do, and then we can what we can do with the
Say,
trees is we
aren't you
can
going
tie that
live in
into
5 minutes as well?
the Anunnaki. Yeah, I'm supposed to be. The Anunnaki thing.
I love it when
we
you
can
put a
tie it
booking
into that.
schedule, and I was like, really?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go live now. This is it. Here I go.
I
Get
love
off my
that,
phone.
like, you've put like 4 days. You're actually going to go live this week, and I'm like, really?
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
believe it
gonna
when I
try.
see it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I can't say
Oh
shit.
dear.
I think I've rubbed off onto you too much. I've barely streamed lately.
Oh no, man, it's
I
tough, isn't
blame
it?
you.
It
It's
is
your
tough.
fault.
Oh dear. Yeah, well, I think I'll be 20 minutes late. I need to go and get some tea anyway. I'm parched.
Yeah, I could do with another drink. All right, guys.
Yeah,
That's the end of the episode. Check out,
nice.
like, subscribe, do what you need to do. Come find us on Twitch. Come find us on Discord.
Everywhere. Bye.
Bye.